Greetings, and it is a rainy, messy day here today, but we don't have a lot of those, do we? So we'll grin and bear it. Sunday, I want to start a 4-week train of thought with you from all four Gospels. What I'd like to do is take each Gospel and give kind of an overview of that particular Gospel. So we'll do Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And as you know, the Gospels all have the Word of God in them. They're miraculous in that sense that God used Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John to tell portions of His story, but He also used their own DNA, their own personality, their own life experiences. Each one, because they're human beings, are all a little bit different. Matthew had obviously a different personality, for instance, than Mark or Luke or John. And that should not worry us because everybody we know has a different personality than us. I love to think through sometimes with particularly marriage counseling or newlyweds, the Myers-Briggs personality types. They're not sacred, but they are very helpful in letting us identify that each of us have certain things about us that make us tick, ways we see the world, ways we gather information, the ways that information is translated to others, all comes through our personality. So we're going to look at the Gospels that way. We're going to look in 20 minutes, an overview of what is unique about Matthew. And what is it that helps us when we study Matthew and the other Gospels as well? I'll sort of hint at something Sunday that there's a difference in a photograph and a portrait. A photograph is stark. It is in real time. It takes the picture as it is. If I'm photographed, it's going to pick up age lines and gray hair and all of my immediate who I am right now on this date. It's stark. A portrait is not real time. A portrait is enhanced. It is beauty. It is created in a way that is different than the stark photograph. It's colorful. It really gives us a fuller image than just hoping to get a good shot from a photograph. So on Sunday, we'll talk about that, the difference in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We'll keep in mind that they are doing portraits of Jesus and using their own personalities to do that. I like the analogy that Tom Long used in one of his writings about the Gospels, that those of us who've been in church a long time might think of it this way. Church buildings have a lot of nuances, and there are rooms that have special meanings and places for us. He said to think about Matthew, you might think about growing up and using what was called the educational wing of the church. Matthew is all about learning, training, what some of us who grew up in different heritage might have called Sunday school, that we're going to learn the rudiments of the faith. When we get to Mark, we'll think about his nuance, and in the church, Mark probably would have been fond, as Tom Long says, of the prayer room. He's all about getting something done right now in his storytelling. He takes you immediately from one event to the next, all the way to the cross. John, more of a mystic. John probably would have enjoyed the sanctuary, according to Tom Long. For John, it's all about the glory and the holy and the worship. Luke, very interpersonal. Luke would have loved the fellowship hall in churches many of us grew up in, where we would eat and talk and laugh and get to know one another. All four Gospels are holy. All four Gospels tell the stories of Jesus, but there's a reason that there are four different writers telling that story, and we're going to explore that some. I hope you have a terrific week. I hope you can come Sunday. Good Lord willing, you'll be able, and we look forward to seeing you then.